Hey everybody, Nathaniel Bungie here for TechSession. Today I'm bringing you the full review of the Oontz Angle 3 Bluetooth speaker. Now, as the name suggests, this is indeed a Bluetooth speaker, and one of the main interesting points about this speaker is this angular design, which is why it gets the name Angle. Now, this is developed by Cambridge Soundworks under the sub-brand of Oontz, which is actually a very, very well-designed and good-sounding brand of budget Bluetooth devices. So you can see a quick tour around the device right here. We do have it powered on, and you can see the blue light means that it is connected to a device, which just so happens to be my smartphone at the moment. Have the Oontz branding and our buttons right here. You do have a microphone right here, which shows that it can be used for calls. On this other side, you have nothing. The bottom, you have these nice rubberized anti-sliding around pads, I guess you could call them. And you can always wipe these off with water if they get dusty, and they'll regain their stickiness right away. Have some branding on the bottom with this base vent, a little bit of details about the device more, and then you have your barcodes, serial numbers, FCC information, and all of the like. One of the main highlights of this speaker is that it is water resistant. I have indeed tested this out by splashing water on it and just kind of running it under the sink quick, and it still works just like a champ. I can't complain about it at all. Sounds just like it did on day one when it was straight out of the box, which, by the way, is a very good sound. I have absolutely no complaints about the sound quality of this device. Even over Bluetooth at quite a far range, you're going to have no downgrade in quality. The bass on this speaker is absolutely incredible for its size. I mean, this is really small. I can grab this Nintendo DSi XL over here, and that's a lot smaller. So you can just see how small this device really is. So this is a great thing to throw in your bag if you're going over to a buddy's house or maybe going to go hang out somewhere. Just overall, I would suggest this is one of your best options for form and sound quality. Now, I do want to point out that I have indeed tested out the call quality. This microphone isn't the greatest, and you have to be pretty close to the speaker for it to work, but that is understandable, as you're not going to be able to hear them if you get too far away anyway. I did fail to point out that over here you have your power button, as well as your auxiliary input jack and your micro USB charging port. This auxiliary input jack and charging port are hidden under a flap, which adds to the water resistance right here. You can see your 3.5 and your micro. 3.5 is used for devices which do not have Bluetooth, or maybe you just don't want to use Bluetooth at the moment. Speaking of that 3.5 millimeter jack, they do include an auxiliary input cable in the packaging. Now, this isn't the longest cable, but it's actually surprisingly good quality and it works perfectly fine. I'd say it's about 2 feet long, so this should be pretty good for any situation where you're not going to be going too far away from the speaker and you might want to save some battery life. One very interesting thing about this speaker, which I would say is a complaint to some and a feature to others, is that the bass is so loud and so insane that it'll often make the speaker rock back and forth, and it will vibrate the surface you have it on, which does give the illusion of deeper bass, but some people might not like that because things on your table will start to shake, and I can understand why people would get annoyed at that. So just note that if you have this at a high volume, it will start to distort the sound a little bit, and it will start to rock back and forth. I have had it fall off tables before, but that's only when it's at the maximum volume just for testing purposes. Speaking of maximum volume, the maximum volume in this speaker is actually very loud. I can't complain about that at all. It gets way loud enough for me, and probably for most people too, and you can hear it a very long ways away. And Bluetooth connection for those long distances is perfectly fine as well. I believe this uses Bluetooth 4.0 if I remember correctly, and that has absolutely no connection issues with this speaker whatsoever. I'm not going to do a sound test, obviously, because my microphone is not the greatest in the world, and that wouldn't give you an accurate representation anyway. But I can tell you, from my experience, that this little rubberized plastic budget speaker is actually very good. And I would highly recommend this for anybody looking to spend less than $50 on a Bluetooth speaker. So I would just like to give a shout out to Oontz, or Cambridge Soundworks, however they go by, for sending this device out to me for review. I would highly recommend you pick this up for somebody that is in need of a Bluetooth speaker in their life for this Christmas shopping season. Black Friday's coming up, maybe there will be some deals on Amazon or whatever, who knows. I will leave a link in the description where you can pick this up from Amazon. Should be pretty cheap, as I already mentioned. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this speaker and if you might be picking one up for your loved ones during the holiday season. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well because there's some very interesting content coming up and you don't want to miss it at all. So until next time, this is Nathaniel Bungie from TechSession with the Oontz Angle 3 Bluetooth speaker. See you later.